In the realm of crypto memes, there are few faces more immediately recognizable than the faces of the Bogdanoff twins. The Bogdanoffs first rose to fame in the 1980s as heartthrob French TV hosts. Many years and many faces later, they have found infamy on the internet. But why? Well, as much as the internet loves to obsess over odd-looking people, that's not the entire appeal here. The twins' online cult following stems from a series of bizarre conspiracies and speculations surrounding them that have gone viral. These theories range from the Bogdanoffs have direct contact to extraterrestrial life, that they have psychic powers, and that they're able to control global markets with one phone call.
Dump it.
Yeah, it's quite the laundry list of accusations. So who exactly are the Bogdanoffs, and why have online communities become so obsessed with them? Well, today we're plunging into the Bogdanoff rabbit hole and breaking down the enigma. Surfshark is a VPN app that works across all of your devices to keep your IP address secure. With Surfshark VPN active, your internet browsing data will be protected from curious internet service providers or hackers or any other prying eyes out there. Not only does Surfshark keep you anonymous online, it allows you to change your server location at will to practically anywhere in the world. Want to watch a show or movie exclusive to Canadian Netflix but you're located in the United States? Simply change to a Canadian server and watch that show or movie to your heart's content. You guys can get Surfshark 83% off plus 3 additional free months by clicking my link in the description box and using code WAVY at checkout. Big shout out to Surfshark for sponsoring. Now let's get into these twins. Identical twins Igor and Grichka Bogdanoff were born in 1949. Their father, Yuri Bogdanoff, was a Russian painter and descendant of the noble Russian Bogdanoff family. The twins were raised by their maternal grandmother, who was a French countess who lived in a castle in the Gascony region of France. So yeah, the twins come from a pretty affluent background. As teenagers, the twins were known to be extremely studious, spending countless days studying and learning foreign languages. Notably, the two took heavy interest in astronomy and physics, often dabbling into more fringe and theoretical areas of these sciences. It is reported that both twins would go on to study math and physics in college and would receive doctorate degrees. That being said, this claim has been disputed on occasion, and many have scrutinized their doctorate status. More on that later in the video. The twins would garner fame in the scientific community after co-authoring a book called Keys to Science Fiction, which from what I can understand was a critical analysis on the science fiction genre as a whole. This book sold well and would put the Bogdanoffs on the map in regards to science entertainment related media, which leads us to the beginning of their long career in French television. The Bogdanoffs first achieved mainstream fame in 1979, thanks to their host roles in the hit French television show Temps X, or Time X.
Même si certaines images contenues par ces documents ne sont pas très vraisemblables, elles n'en contiennent pas moins une...
Temps X was an educational pop science show that discussed topics of hard science and science fiction. This was one of the first majorly successful science-related programs in French television history, and the show's popularity granted the Bogdanoffs a unique reputation in French pop culture. By the public, they were perceived as not only just heartthrob young TV hosts, they were also seen as scholarly. I guess you could say they were like Chad versions of Neil deGrasse Tyson or Carl Sagan. Please don't kill me for making those comparisons, but I think you get what I'm saying. But with that said, the perception of them being scholarly and heartthrob, those two perceptions would be challenged in the coming years. Over the next several decades, the twins would produce and host a number of additional pop science programs, all of which were flops relative to the success of Temps X. Though despite their waning TV relevance over the years, the twins would manage to stay deeply ingrained in French pop culture, and a lot of their relevance can be attributed to controversies. As mentioned earlier, the legitimacy of the twins' doctorate degrees has been highly scrutinized over the years. In 2002, the twins became enveloped in a controversy amongst the scientific community that would become known as the Bogdanoff Affair. In summary, a University of Tours physicist alleged that the twins' peer-reviewed PhD theses were spoof papers, alleging that several theoretical physics papers authored by the twins were filled with nonsensical, incoherent, pseudoscientific theories that had no place in the field. And from what my dumbass can understand, these papers were theorizing the state of the universe before the Big Bang. So due to the high-profile nature of the twins, this allegation was reported on heavily by mainstream media in France, and soon after, you would have other scientists come out of the woodwork and also jump on this, saying that, the twins were spouting some pseudoscience garbage in these papers that they had written. This would result in a long back and forth between the Bogdanoffs and critical scientific colleagues. While many were skeptical of their work, it would eventually be deemed valid, and the scientist who initially targeted the twins would end up apologizing for starting the peer review shitstorm. So it kind of turned into a big nothing burger. One of the most scrutinized elements of the twins over the years is the way they look. As years have passed, the twins have become almost physically unrecognizable when compared to old photos. While it's generally accepted that this is a result of excessive plastic surgery, some actually theorize that the twins may have acromegaly, a condition caused by growth hormone irregularities which can lead to enlarged bone structure. Whatever the case, their appearance has certainly drawn intrigue, especially internationally with people unfamiliar with the twins' history. And that brings us to today, with the twins becoming internet memes and commanding a bizarre cult-like following. The twins are especially prominent within forums discussing cryptocurrency, where they're depicted as omniscient and omnipotent figures who together manipulate global markets and are responsible for large price action swings in cryptocurrencies. So how did they go from relatively obscure French TV hosts to living memes? Well, the internet's obsession with the Bogdanoff twins begins in 2015 after their photos would become popular fodder for mockery on 4chan and subreddits like RWTF. This was when many people outside of France would encounter the twins for the first time, and their faces were a shocking sight for many, to say the least. Naturally, people new to the twins were intrigued and wanted to know more about their backstory, so they would take to forums like 4chan and Reddit and create threads basically asking, hey, can somebody explain, these weird looking fellas' history to me? Seeing an opportunity to fuck with people, there were many on 4chan who would respond to inquiries regarding the twins with ridiculous claims, suggesting the twins had immense political influence and possessed magical powers, often citing their noble Russian bloodline as evidence of potential cult or Illuminati connections. It was half conspiracy theory, half joke, 100% meme. These Bogdanoff falsities would continue to expand over time until an entire fabricated mythos was created for the twins, describing them essentially as godlike ascendant beings. Here's a sample of just some of the Bogdanoff lore created by 4chan over the years. Rothschilds bow to the Bogdanoffs, in contact with aliens, rumored to possess psychic abilities, own castles and banks all over the world, direct descendants of the ancient royal bloodline, will bankroll the first cities on Mars, Bogdangrad will be the first city, own basically every DNA editing research facility on Earth. First designer babies will be Bogdanoff babies. Both brothers said to have 200 plus IQ. So yeah, according to 4chan, the Bogdanoffs are all powerful, have influenced every major world event in history, and will continue to do so for eternity. Coming to this understanding is what they call taking the Bog pill. But yeah, I think you probably understand the concept of the Bogdanoffs as a meme by this point. And why are they so popular with online cryptocurrency communities? Well, it's simple. I mean, if the Bogdanoffs are all powerful, they have direct access to the blockchains of every major crypto and can single-handedly cause huge price swings. So if you ever lose money in the crypto market, you can just blame it on the Bogdanoffs making one call to drop the price.
Dump it.
But in conclusion, I think I've thoroughly broken down the Bogdanoff Enigma for you guys. Basically, there's some strange looking fellas and the internet made up an entire lore about them. It's happened numerous times in internet meme history. Well, let me know what you guys thought about this video down below in the comments section, and let me know who or what you want me to talk about next. I want to give a major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavywebsurf out. Peace.